Good night, brothers and sisters. You see, that stop sign has a prophetic message. It also carries with it a pathetic message. You see, the richest place in the African American or American African community is the graveyard. All of those coulda, woulda, shoulda. And it's deep, you know, because that stop sign carries such a powerful message for our young men and young women. They stand on the corner. I have stood on the corner, and when I stood there, I stopped. I stopped living, I stopped caring, I stopped sharing, I stopped eating, I stopped learning, I stopped growing, I stopped knowing, I stopped caring. And all because I was on that corner. When I was out there in the world selling dope, gangbanging, doing any and everything I was big and bad enough to do, of course at a younger age, I never stood by a yield sign. Never stood by a railroad crossing sign. Never stood by a pedestrian crosswalk sign. It was always a stop sign. And the deep thing about the stop sign is that it has a prophetic message deeply, deeply embedded in it. And I thank our Father, the Most High God, for this illumination. See, God illuminates things for us to see, just like even in the 3rd verse of Genesis, 1st chapter, 3rd verse, he didn't start creating anything until he turned the light on. He said, let there be light. So let me give you some light on this stop sign and its prophetic and pathetic message for the African American young black male or the American African young man. The stop sign has a white border. And the deepness about the white is that if you look at crime scenes or even on TV or in real life, they outline the body in white chalk or white outline to indicate that this is the last position this person died in. So they have to outline and freeze it. The stop sign has a white border. And the deep thing about the whiteness also is I was taught, I was taught and I learned deeply from my mom and dad, and I learned deeply in the streets that the color white hurts. I was taught that cocaine kills you, that's white. Sugar gives you diabetes or potatoes. Salt gives you high blood pressure. Milk causes diarrhea. And white folks give you time. It's not racism, it's just a deep truth. Now that white border is that outline of the stop sign. Now let's get to the red. I know it was the blood, the red. The red is the life that has leaked out of that body. That stop sign. See, red means life and or death. The absence of blood, too much blood means death. And the presence of blood means life. So to stand on the corner is such a prophetic message for the American African or African American male. That stop sign, stop caring, stop sharing, stop living, stop giving, stop learning, stop going to school. Stop sign.